Hey, welcome back here on Inside the Vandals. Well, Austin Rehkow, the Vandals punter and kicker, has led the nation the last 2 years in punting, and he had himself a nice game in the Vandals win over Wofford this past Saturday. Our own Ricky Gillespie takes a closer look at the junior for the Vandals.
You may know Austin Rehkow as the high school kicker who kicked a world record 67-yard field goal, or as a two-time All-American and a finalist to win the Ray Guy Award that goes to the nation's best punter. But being the type of guy he is, none of that really matters when it comes to the Vandals' 2015 season. Austin Rehkow punted the ball a total of 75 times in 2013. In 2014, he saw that number drop dramatically to 44. So far this season, the Idaho Vandals have shown how far they've come since Rehkow first came here as a freshman.
I mean, we've definitely gelled a lot more. Offensively, I think we're, leaps and bounds better than we were freshman year, and I'm pretty sure the stats would back that up. And it's just kind of that situation where we're in more of a position to score, so I don't have to punt as much, which is always great from a team aspect.
The team aspect is what separates the Vandal punter from all the others. As he continues his junior season, Rehkow will have a much bigger responsibility going forward.
I can't look at it any differently. I just got to go out and put my team in a position to win. Any individual accolades that come with it, that's great, but my goal right now is just get better every day, that, and help this team win football games. I want to turn this kind of losing tradition around and start the new era of the Vandals. I can only do so much hyping up people. But when it comes to special teams, I take my job very seriously, and I try and get everyone else kind of going as well. Special teams is a lot of emotion.
But with all that emotion and being an All-American, it isn't always as exciting as it seems. It can get a bit lonely sometimes.
Typically, kicking is kind of seen as a lonely position, but we've got 6 other specialists out here with me that I got to come out and hang around with. It just makes it a lot of fun. We joke around. We can only kick too much, so in our spare time, we'll play some kind of games. We'll play a little 3-on-3 every now and again. Be the all-time quarterback naturally,
But as Austin earns his all-quarterback rights with this specialist, he is also earning the right to be the top punting prospect when the 2017 NFL Draft comes along, meaning Austin Rehkow could have his career continue into the NFL.
Yeah, definitely that'd be something that down the road I look to. But right now, I can't change anything. I got to prepare myself for the season with the Vandals. And, when the time comes, when my playing days here are over, I'll give it a try, and hopefully I'm there. I feel like I'm there from a talent standpoint, but it's one of those where it's a tough league to break into, and right now I just got to focus on what I can control.
Hey, back with Vandals head coach Paul Petrino here on Inside the Vandals. Nice piece there on Austin Rehkow. Just to start off, what do you like about Austin?
He's just a great competitor. Probably one of the most proudest things I am of Austin right now is he's been the best punter in the country probably for the last 2 years, but he really put in a lot of hard work this offseason and in improving himself on kickoffs. And now you see him booming them out of the end zone. We gave up a touchdown on a kickoff return, but that wasn't his fault, but he's doing a great job of kicking the ball off deep. That's huge for field position for us. And then he's been 100% right now on his field goals. So he really worked hard this offseason in improving those 2 phases of his game, and then he's been a great punter all along, and he'll continue to do that.
You have your 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams, and a lot of times special teams can get forgotten a little bit when huge plays in a game are made in special teams. How much of an advantage do you have in just the chess match of a game when you have Austin back there punting the ball that can flip the field like that?
Yeah, it's big. It's real big. He can change field position. He had that 59-yard punt right there at the end of the game. That was probably as big a play as there was in the game. And then, he has a strong leg to try some long field goals at times too. So that's something that he's a major weapon that we have that a lot of people don't have. So, he's one of our better football players on our team. And if you don't win the special teams, you're usually not going to win games.
Well, now things get serious for you guys with the conference opener here in the Dome. How much does the intensity go up, with these conference games?
It goes up a lot. We're going to open up with the team that went undefeated in the league last year. Nobody could beat them. So it's they're at the top. We got to go try to knock them off. So I think think we're going to have a great week of practice. Our guys are going to be fired up and excited. There's no way you can't be to play a team like that. And so, you know, this is to try to win a championship. So this is where it all starts, right here.
What makes Georgia Southern so good?
Speed. You know, they're very fast. They're very fast both on offense and defense. Offensively, they got a really good quarterback. He does a good job of running their, you know, their read option and all their different ways they try to do different read options out of the shotgun and out of the pistol. He's kind of like a running back there in the backfield, to be honest with you. He can really run through tackles and break tackles. I think they have a really nice scheme. They know how to attack you. And then defensively, they're long and they're fast. They got a lot of guys that can run, and they run to the ball and they play hard.
In terms of defensive assignments, how different is Georgia Southern than Wofford?
They're a little bit different because they're not the true underneath center wishbone, but you're still going to have to play assignment football because they still do a lot of where you're reading stuff. They don't quite cut as much as Wofford, but they're a lot faster. So we better make sure that we have our assignments right. Some of those 10 and 15-yard gains that we had last week against us will be long touchdowns.
With Georgia Southern, you mentioned the speed. How good is their O-line? Is their O-line a big strength of their running game? Is it more the speed of their backs?
Their O-line was definitely a strength of their team last year, and they lost 4 starters. So I don't know if their O-line's quite as good as it was last year yet. I think they'll improve each week. They have improved in their first 3 games. So I would say that would have been one of their biggest strengths last year, but right now I'd say more their strength is the running back and the quarterback.
It should be it is Dad's weekend. It's going to be Dad's weekend for the game against Georgia Southern. Should be a big crowd in here. How much of an advantage, or do you expect that to give you guys an extra level of energy?
I think it's a big advantage. Yeah, I think it gives our guys all kinds of energy. I think it's a lot harder on the opponents when it gets loud. I thought it was great energy in here, you know, on Saturday, and hopefully it'll be even more people here and be that much more louder, and that helps you win the close ones at the end.
He's Vandals head coach Paul Petrino. Up next, a new experience for the Vandal fans, and we check in with women's soccer. We'll be back on Inside the Vandals right after this.